attention to what these texts
Right.
are really telling us.
And that seventh planet, they call us the seventh planet, and that's why 7 is so important. It's because, just think about coming from outside of our solar system. We are considered the seventh planet if you count that planet X, their planet. They also count the sun and the moon as a planet, so that's how they get the 12 planets in there. But they have many artifacts depicting with the right size, with the right colors, of where, at locations to each other, of where these planets are, and this is way back from the ancient Sumerians. So we didn't even know this till recently. I think, Pluto was 1930, and we were still trying to figure out, is it a planet or what? We're still scratching our head about it. So they also said, some of the writings I found, that our Earth, when it was first forming, it's called by the Anunnakis Tiamat. And what it was is, as they were making their solar return to us, they were pulled into our atmosphere somehow, and our planet was hit very badly. And that's why we have, I believe it is our moon. There's a little question about how we got our moon, but and the asteroid belt. So there's one of the things they say about the asteroid belt, there's not enough material in the asteroid belt to actually be a planet, but it could be from the hit from
pieces of our planet.
And back in ancient times, they have maps from the Sumerians and the Mesopotamian, Babylonian area of what the Earth looked like. And this is when it was all one piece of Earth together. But the only way you can tell, make a map like that, is if you were seeing it from the sky. Nobody could make a map just being on the ground. Our ancient Stone Age friends, ancestors. So we couldn't do a map like that. What they felt was that, and then eventually all the, with the plates and everything, the continent shifted. But the other half of the continent is probably in the asteroid belt. This is very interesting. And like Justin and I say, there's many researchers, scientists, archaeologists now, even astronauts, even people working for our government, coming out and saying, this is true. One of the things that, there's so many books out there too. I remember the first book I read was Chariots of the Gods, and I nearly, fell over because I was Catholic religion, studying the Bible. I thought I knew everything. And it all started to make sense when I started to look at all the artifacts. And it was kind of odd at that time, but since then we've come a long way, and a lot of people have done a lot of research and have discovered all the information that Eric von Däniken was talking about originally. So very interesting. And with Zecharia Sitchin's work on the language, I think there's only like 200 people as Zecharia Sitchin's caliber, at his level. And I would say quite many of them agree with him. A lot of them won't talk about it, and of course a few of them will debunk it because they're a part of the opposition. One of the jokes, they say NASA stands for never get a straight answer. That's the acronym for NASA. You're never going to get a straight answer from them.
We know NASA, and this is common knowledge, NASA is just a front to put the attention off of the real space program going on behind our backs. Just like the Michael Jackson news stories all over the media to get your attention off the more important things really going on. It's just, that's how it works. That's how the media operates. It's in cahoots with, the top government, and this is how they pull their puppets on the string and how they control pretty much everything.
Well, they would say that they did a test with War of the Worlds back in the 30s, I think, and they said that people couldn't handle hearing that there would be aliens and space people, coming, landing on our planet. But I think the way it was presented was, not properly presented. It was presented to scare and instill fear into people. the ones that we are working with our government are not the friendly ones, and they are looking to manipulate for power and control. They're giving the technology to our government so that, and not only our government, all the governments, so that they can help with the squashing of our consciousness. It's a very critical time because there's other work I told you about the Anu, who was the king of the Anunnaki at the time. And when they genetically engineered us, he put into our mind system a lot of things that will keep us dumbed down and into keep us in fear. And
keep us in that box.
And not evolve. But they knew there would be a point where just from critical mass of our collective consciousness has the consciousness of the whole universe has the urge, the inborn urge that the intelligence, the higher God, to grow, become, and learn, that they would be up against that. So the only way that they can keep us in this mind game system, which you call the Matrix, which sounds very much like a Matrix, but it was actually engineered that way so that we can be controlled. And the only way they can keep us controlled is by fear, because that's the only thing that keeps the blocks.
And the illusion of the free will that we don't truly have. It's an illusion.
Right, right. And to give our power, like, we find, there's wars going on, and, we need to, the Twin Towers blew up, we need to have, people protect us. So we give our power away. Instead, this knowledge, if you do the investigating yourself, will make you understand that you don't need to give your power away. You need to take your power and go inside yourself and grow your power, because that's the only way with the building of our consciousness to connecting with the source that's within the whole universe, that intelligent source that wants us to grow and become more like, more whole, is the most powerful thing that we can do to take back and save our planet, have a better life, like I was speaking about last month. But we have to be aware of what's going on around us. Not to be critical, not to fight a battle against them, but just to be aware so that we don't give our power away. Because everything that we have going on with the government, with the news media, with the illusionists, even, if you're getting a mortgage or you're buying real estate or whatever, let us do it for you. Let us take power, let us take your power. And in some instances, you may not be aware and you may need a little help, but as long as you're aware of the limitations that you put yourself in when you give your power away, it makes me think of a lot of these drug companies with the, have, this certain drug is a miracle wonder on whatever it is, and then the fine print, that nobody reads or anything, it's like 10 times more harm to you than the